Welcome back. I've watched YouTube cooking videos for years, and I finally decided I think I can do that, and at the same time answer the number one question in my house every day. Dad, what's for dinner? So thanks for joining me again. Dinner today is going to be garlic bread, chicken Alfredo pizza. Um, Something that I saw online, thought it looked really good, so I figured I'd try and make it. We're going to make this kind of in three pieces. First, we're going to make the garlic bread, so we're going to make a compound butter. So I've got some softened butter, some minced garlic, a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and some flat leaf parsley that's been chopped up, and we'll put that on our garlic bread loaf here, or French bread loaf. Um, then we're going to make a Alfredo sauce, and we're going to make a traditional Alfredo sauce. So that's just going to be half a stick of butter, a pint of cream, and a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. So we've got the garlic bread, we've got the Alfredo sauce. Then we're just going to put it all together. We're going to take, I got some store-bought chicken, and then some mozzarella cheese that I've shredded up, a little Italian seasoning. We'll put that all on the bread. We'll shove it in the oven for about 10 to 13 minutes, and we'll see what we get at the end. We'll get started in just a minute. Okay, let's start by making our compound butter. So here I've got some softened butter. I just threw that in the microwave, softened it up, maybe a little bit too much, but we'll see how it works out. I'm just going to use some garlic paste here. You can get this at the grocery store, usually in your produce area. We'll put about a clove of garlic in there, maybe a little more. We'll give this a shot of olive oil. Just a little pepper. Some salt. And then our parsley. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab a fork here and we're going to mix this all together. Pretty simple operation. Okay, so I think that looks good. Now I'm going to take my loaf of French bread and we just want to cut this basically in half. Just be careful you don't cut your hand when you're doing this, so watch the knife, watch where your hand's at. Okay. All right, now the other thing is that this would be, I think, way too much pizza for the three of us that are going to eat tonight. So I'm going to make just one half as regular garlic bread. We can dip that in the Alfredo sauce that we have left, and then I'll use the other half to actually make the chicken pizza. So I'm just going to take this one. I'm going to take a little bit of the filling or the inner bread here out. And this will give us a little boat to build our pizzas in. Okay. So now that that's done, I'm going to just grab a spatula and I'm going to get this compound butter spread out here on my French bread. And just kind of, you want to use obviously about half of the compound butter per side of the loaf. Make sure you get it spread all across the bread. Okay. Now we'll go in and hit this guy. Okay. Now I'm going to put this on a sheet pan. I've got a little wire rack in here. And this is going to go into the oven. I've got it preheated to 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. We just want it about 75% baked through because we'll get the rest of it when we put the final product all together. So I'll bring you back when we're ready to start building the Alfredo sauce. Okay, now that our garlic bread is in the oven, let's go ahead and we're going to whip together our Alfredo sauce here. Now, like I said, this is going to be a traditional Alfredo sauce. It's just butter, heavy cream, and Parmesan cheese. If you wanted to Americanize it, you could put garlic in it. All up to you. The other thing is sometimes you'll see people make Alfredo sauce with starting out with a roux with butter and flour. If you do that, then you're making a different kind of sauce, right? And you're making a bechamel. And then when you put the cheese in the bechamel, you're making a béarnaise sauce. So we're going to go traditional for this one because I've got the garlic bread. So let's get it going. We'll start out, get our butter in the pan. We'll just let this get all melted down. The other thing that's important with this, basic Alfredo sauce is controlling your heat, because if things get too hot when you add the cheese, the sauce is going to break, and it's really hard to come back from that. So I'd like to start off with a little bit higher heat just to get the butter melted and to get the cream incorporated and thickened, and then I really like to cool it down when I add my Parmesan cheese. Like I said, I just don't want that sauce to break. Okay, so we'll take just another couple of seconds here to melt this butter. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to add my cream. And again, this is just a pint of heavy whipping cream. And we're going to want this to get incorporated with the butter and then thicken up again. Okay, so I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit just to speed up this process. This sauce is all about getting, different kind of liquids that don't normally want to, live together with each other. You've got, kind of liquids and oils here. You really want to take your time, get everything incorporated. And then, again, when you add the cheese, it's basically more milk fats. And if you melt them too quickly, the fats will separate from the solids, and that's what it means when you break your sauce. Okay, so I'm going to give this just a minute to thicken up, and then we'll bring you back. Okay, so the cream and butter is starting to come up in temperature here. I don't know if it picks up very well on the cameras, but we're starting to get some little bubbles. So this is where I want to really make sure I'm taking my time moving this around. And you can see we're starting to thicken up. I can drag my spatula through and it delays in closing up. Okay, I'm going to give this just probably one more minute, and then I'll bring you back when we add the cheese and finish this sauce off. All right, here we go. Our cream and butter is ready for the cheese. You can see now as I come across it with my spatula, I'm getting a nice delay in that filling back in, so that's where it's at. The other thing is the garlic bread just came out of the oven. That's looking delicious, smelling delicious, ready to go. So 2 of our 3 components are done. We're almost ready to go back into the oven. I'm going to turn my heat off now on my Alfredo sauce. And I'm going to start stirring. And I'm going to try and slowly incorporate this cheese. Just a little bit at a time. Okay, and again, this is just to help make sure that we don't break the sauce. Give everything time to melt and incorporate and emulsify. Now that things are starting to cool down, I can go a little heavier with the cheese. Let's get the rest of it in there. Yeah, that looks perfect. Now again, right, this is a traditional Alfredo sauce. If you want to kind of Americanize this, go ahead, throw some garlic paste in there, mix it in, throw some red pepper flake in there if you want a little heat. Do whatever you want to do with it. I just wanted to make this really simple because we have so many other flavors coming from the garlic bread itself and the chicken and all the other mozzarella cheese that's going to be on it. So let's give this a little try. We have this bread that we took out of the inside of one of our loaves. Perfect. All right. I'm going to finish mixing this all in. Maybe have another piece of bread or two. And then we'll bring you back when we make the actual pizza itself. Okay. Welcome back. Our Alfredo sauce is all ready to go here. Our French bread's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and get this assembled. I think the first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to get this Alfredo sauce just into a different container to help make this pizza. Great. Get this out of our way. Okay, so we're going to kind of build this in layers here. I'm going to start off by layering some Alfredo sauce on our garlic bread. Okay, then I'm going to add some chicken. Now this is just, like I said, like a store-bought deli chicken. I chopped it up a little bit into bite-sized pieces. You could go, make the chicken yourself, just a couple of chicken breasts and season them up and cook them. I just took a little shortcut with this one. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to throw some mozzarella cheese on top of this. This was just a brick or two that I got and shredded up. Realizing now I probably should have put some tin foil down on my cookie sheet before doing this. It's probably going to be a mess when we're all done, but I guess cleaning up is part of the game too. Okay, I think that looks good. Then I'm just going to finish this up right now with a little more Alfredo sauce on the top. Okay. And then just a little bit of some Italian seasoning here. Okay. And that's it. We'll get this in the oven, 400 degrees for about 12, 13 minutes, and we'll be good to go. I'll bring you back when it's out of the oven. Okay, here we are. We just finished our 10 minutes back in the oven. This thing looks amazing. Our garlic bread's done. Let's get this cut up. All right. Just a little bit of garnish over the top. And there you have it. Garlic bread Chicken Alfredo Pizza. That's the answer to the number one question in my house. Dad, what's for dinner? And you know what? You can help me answer now the number two question in my house every day. Dad, how many more subscribers do you have? It's been great seeing everybody watch my videos. I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe so I can continue to grow the channel. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.